I am Julius Caesar. Why I crossed the Rubicon. They call it treason. They say I destroyed the Republic, that I chose ambition over Rome. But let me tell you what really happened on that January night in 49 BC, when I stood at the edge of a small river with my army behind me, knowing that once I crossed, there would be no turning back. I am Julius Caesar, and the choice I made at the Rubicon saved Rome from itself. For 9 years I had been conquering Gaul, what you call France today. I'd brought Rome an empire stretching from the Rhine to the Atlantic. I'd defeated the Germanic tribes that threatened our borders. I'd even crossed the ocean to Britain, a land most Romans thought was pure myth. I'd doubled the size of Rome's territories. I'd captured 1 million prisoners. I'd killed another 1 million in battle. These aren't boasts, they're facts recorded by my enemies. Every campaign I fought added gold to Rome's treasury, land to its maps, and glory to its name. And what did the Senate do while I bled for Rome? They plotted against me. They were led by men who'd never commanded a legion, never slept in a military tent, never felt an enemy's blade slice past their heads. Men like Cato, who spoke endlessly about virtue while living off inherited wealth. Men like Pompey, my former ally, my former son-in-law, who'd grown jealous of my victories. They passed a law demanding I disband my army and return to Rome as a private citizen. They knew exactly what they were doing. The moment I stepped into Rome without my legions, I'd be prosecuted on false charges. They'd destroy me in their courts, exile me, or worse. I sent them reasonable offers. I said I'd disband my forces if Pompey disbanded his. I offered to give up my command if they'd guarantee my safety. I even proposed keeping just 1 legion for my protection. They refused everything. They wanted me defenseless. They wanted me dead. So I stood at the Rubicon, a river so small you could wade across it without getting your knees wet. But it wasn't just a river, it was Rome's sacred boundary. By law, no general could cross it with an army. To do so was to declare war on Rome itself. My soldiers stood behind me in the darkness, veterans who'd fought with me for a decade. Men who trusted me with their lives in Gaul, in Germany, and Britain. They were watching, waiting to see what I would do. I thought about the Republic, the beautiful idea of Rome governed by law, by the Senate, by the people. I'd served that Republic my entire life. I'd fought for it, bled for it, killed for it. But what I saw when I looked at Rome wasn't a republic anymore. It was an oligarchy of old men who'd forgotten what Rome was supposed to be. They hoarded power, blocked reforms, and crushed anyone who threatened their control. The people of Rome were starving while senators owned estates the size of provinces. Veterans were cast aside after their service, given nothing. The system was broken, and these men would rather see Rome burn than share their power. I made my choice. The die is cast, I said, and I ordered my men forward. We crossed that shallow river in the night, every step taking us further from the law, deeper into what they would call treason. But I knew something they didn't. I wasn't betraying Rome. I was saving it from men who'd already betrayed everything Rome stood for. The Senate fled, Pompey ran. They abandoned the city they claimed to love. When I entered Rome, I found it empty of its leaders, but full of its people, who welcomed me not as a traitor, but as a liberator. The civil war that followed was brutal. I won't pretend otherwise. Roman fought Roman, but it was necessary. I defeated Pompey in Greece. I pursued the Senate's armies to Africa and Spain. One by one, I dismantled the system that had rotted from within. Did I destroy the Republic? Yes, because the Republic was already dead, murdered by the very men who claimed to defend it. What I ended was their corrupt monopoly on power disguised as Republican virtue. My crossing of the Rubicon gave Rome what it needed, an empire that would bring law, roads, aqueducts, and peace to millions for 5 centuries. That was my legacy, so call me a tyrant if you want. Say I was ambitious. But know this, I stood at that river and made the hardest choice a man can make. I chose action over obedience to a broken system. I chose Rome's future over the comfort of tradition, and I'd do it again. What would you have done, standing at that river with your army behind you and a corrupt Senate ahead, knowing they'd destroy you the moment you crossed unarmed?